Howdy folks, Pilgrim here. Now folks, before I continue with the visions thing, I want to put out the second report that I spoke of in one of my last videos. The second thing, sometimes I gotta wonder what the real target was, because this was the only other thing that I had on my account that was locked off and wiped clean. And below it I had a lot of reports backing up what's going on our southern border. And a lot of folks have been arrested over this, even just talking about it. And so that just kind of makes me wonder about all that. I don't know what's going to happen or what's not going to happen on July 27th. I don't know. Like I said on Steve Bendanoon's radio show, I wouldn't pay attention to it if it was just some individual just coming out with, what we call popular conspiracy theory. But when the managing director of the International Monetary Fund starts giving lessons in numerology and fingers a date like that, and she says, the IMF says the gates of economic hell will be opened on this date, together with all those other things surrounding that date, you've got to pay attention. I don't know what they're planning. The Lord does. It's in His hands, and He will answer them. Whatever takes place. The other thing, though, that is that the authorities are scrambling to control is what's going on our southern border. And I want to read to you a letter. I was, before my account was closed, just 2 friends away on Facebook from this person who wrote this letter. But they're trying to control this, and I'll ask you to remember what happened on Bundy's ranch, where the feds and the militias were having shootouts between each other. And what's going on right now is the feds are flocking down to the southern border, and the militias are flocking down there too. Let me read you this letter, okay? Lord Jesus, please help all the people involved. As people are celebrating freedom, this is going on, okay? Our republic is in danger. Please pray for America. I was going to read the letter as is. I'm going to leave out the lady's name and the guy's name. The border tragedy that is happening here in Texas is worse than what is being reported in the national media and has so many different layers to it. The people in South Texas are literally overwhelmed by the influx of unlawful crossers. Ranchers are being threatened with their lives almost daily by the smugglers, drug runners, the coyotes, human traffickers, you name it. Neighborhoods live in constant fear, and the gang crime down in the Rio Grande Valley is rampant, and it's all drifting north. Now, folks, I used to live in San Antonio. I used to live right amongst the Mexican community. I know this town very well. Also, the latest wave of folks from Central and South America are being housed on military bases like Lackland in San Antonio. It has been in the news down here that these latest waves of folks are so disease-ridden that it is alarming. Health officials on Lackland Air Base, doctors and nurses are being threatened with arrest by government security and police if they really talk about what is actually going on down here. There are some whistleblowers coming forward, though, with horror stories of diseases: scabies, Changas, which is often fatal, incurable TB and pox, STDs, H1N1, you name it, these folks have it by the thousands. Now, on my account that was shut down, I had reports and I had photographs. This is not an exaggerated letter. I had all kinds of stuff on there. Boom, it's all gone. I can't get it back again. I'll continue. There are now 3 known cases of H1N1 in San Antonio alone. The health workers who are coming forward are concerned the healthcare system down here is going to get crashed. Many churches have tried to do what they can, but the government is not letting very many folks in to help these people. In fact, the media and many lawmakers are kept away from the shelters and detention centers. A U.S. senator went down there the last couple of days, and they wouldn't let him in. He was prevented and threatened by the security guards at the gates. And he's a senator, a congressman. Pardon me. They don't want the truth out. The Border Patrol folks and ICE are all told not to talk to media or else. But some brave souls are talking anyway. The same cartel folks who deal in drugs are also sex trafficking and are making actual slaves out of young men and women that they kidnap on both sides of the border. US citizens just going to work, going about their daily business, living in that town, seeing what's going on around them, are getting kidnapped and put into the human trafficking sex slave industry. And that's the last their families are seeing of them. These people, like you and me, are disappearing. Don't forget, this is drifting northwards. I had pictures. These aren't children. You're being lied to in the press. These are not children. I had the photographs of who these people were. You know, these are fully grown adult people. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of them. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. And they're just surging across the border. These folks are giving them bus tickets to all over the southern United States, to wherever they want to go in Texas and further northward. They're spreading into California. California is being hit like it has never been before, you know, and it's only just started for California. For practical purposes, the DPS, Border Patrol, and county sheriffs are outnumbered and outgunned. Our southern border has been erased. Washington does nothing. Folks, that's the letter on what's going on down there, and I had all the photographs and reports on it and so on. All of that was wiped out, okay? Now, this stuff is drifting northward. I wish I had more information to give you, but now, because of recent events in the last couple of days, I don't have that information. Folks, you need to know what's going on. We don't have a southern border anymore. You know, even congressmen and senators can't get information, and they're being turned away at the gates. The feds are going down there. They have shootouts with the militia if it comes down to that. And meanwhile, thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands, literally, of these folk are just surging across the border. They're being given free bus tickets to different destinations in the United States. Our sovereignty as a nation has collapsed. It's gone. Okay? This is the, what did they call that? This is the North American Union that they talked about. This is it. We no longer have a southern border. The diseases, I've seen them, are crazy. All right? It's insane what's going on down there. It is complete anarchy. And something that I reported on in 2010, when I said the Mexican gangs were being trained to, were being paid to train Al-Qaeda and other operatives and so on to look and act Mexican, because apparently white people are so stupid they can't tell the difference between one person and another, apparently. That's been going on for a good 3.5 years or so. I spoke about that in 2010. Just this year, with this report, it's one of the reports I had on my Facebook, that they've been finding all along the border Muslim prayer rugs, you know? And Lynn Liaz, go to Lynn Liaz's channel. She has some great information on federal involvement with those who are being smuggled across the border. They're preparing for something big, something against us, you know, on a countrywide level, you know, and that's just what's going on. Okay, it's not conspiracy theory. I used to live down there, and I'm seeing this, and I believe every word of it, you know. We don't have a southern border anymore. You need to know that and understand that for the events that are going to happen in the future. Stay close to the Lord. Stay strong in your faith. He will guide you. He will walk with you, and He'll guide every step that you take. Nothing will happen that is not within His plan for you. Okay? So take heart. You know, what you're seeing is biblical prophecy. These things must happen. Jesus said it Himself in Matthew 24. These things must happen, and then the end will come. God bless you, and perhaps we'll see each other soon.